The US housing market is still an affordability nightmare. To get back to 2019 levels of affordability, we would need either a 38% drop in home prices or a 60% increase in household income. Right now, you need to make $113,000 per year just to afford the median home in America. So the question is, will housing ever be affordable again? According to Fannie Mae, affordability in the US housing market is at record lows, and the math checks out. Mortgage rates would need to fall 415 basis points just to restore 2019 level affordability, which in and of itself wasn't all that affordable to begin with. The problem is the combination of inflation and higher rates have been catastrophic, and it all comes back to the widening gap between productivity, wages, and home prices. From 1948 to 2014, US productivity rose 240%, but wages only rose 109% over the same period. That gap has only widened in the last decade because home prices have absolutely outpaced wages. Add the spike in mortgage rates to that picture and affordability collapsed. Let me show you the difference across time. In 1985, the median household income was $23,620, while the median home cost just $83,200. That's a ratio of about 3.5 to 1. Fast forward to 2022, the median household income is $74,580, while the median home price is above $468,000. That's a ratio of 6.3 to 1. So the data behind this crisis is crystal clear. Home prices have massively outpaced wages, and the gap is accelerating, and renters aren't any better off. Since 2000, average rent has increased 139.4%, while median full-time wages are up 112.3%. That's a 24 percentage point spread. So renting isn't affordable anymore either. So let's ask the natural question, will the Fed's rate cuts solve this? The short answer is no. The reason being, nearly 80% of US homeowners pay mortgage rates below 6%, and 73% of US homeowners pay mortgage rates under 5%. That creates a huge financial disincentive to sell. Nobody wants to give up their cheap mortgage for a more expensive one, keeping home prices sticky. So even though the Fed has begun cutting, we are nowhere near 3% mortgages, and Fannie Mae projects rates at 5.9% by the end of 2026, just 60 basis points below today, and miles away from the pandemic-era lows that fueled housing demand and got us in this bubble in the first place. What that means is this. We'll see modest increases in supply, but far greater increases in demand, and that's already happening. Mortgage demand has surged 29.7% in just 2 weeks as rate cuts began. Refinance applications jumped 58% in a single week, hitting levels we haven't seen since 2020. So sure, financing becomes slightly more affordable, but prices are likely to rise further. According to ReVenture, buying a house with a new mortgage today costs about $800 more per month than keeping your existing mortgage. So as long as that financial disincentive exists, the housing market stays stuck. And when you look at the broader metrics, it's undeniable. The income required to buy a home versus actual household income hasn't been below 25% in nearly 4 years. The housing crisis is not cyclical. It is very much, at this point in time in 2025, a structural problem. And unless something gives, affordability will keep slipping further away. Fannie Mae themselves says that in order for affordable homes to return, prices must crash by 38%, incomes must rise by 60%, or mortgage rates must fall by 415 basis points. For any of these three things to happen, something massive would need to break in the global economy, and we all know that the Fed won't let that happen. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and follow for more, and of course, reshare so more people can see this, and check out Horizon. Horizon lets you buy Bitcoin using your home equity without debt, monthly payments, interest charges, or term limits. To learn more and check that out, you can go to joinhorizon.com or simply scan the QR code right there. That's all for today's video. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you soon.